Welcome back to another training with Carlos Gutierrez, your product and project manager, currently in Web3. Well, in VR, metaverse, I live in the agency world, so we're always doing multiple things. Okay, so I thought it would be a good idea for you to take a look at how to go about a competitor landscape or a benchmark or straight up a research in terms of your competitors. So here's the story. This is all about Web3 products. Anything from launchpads to widgets, for example, a payment widget, and any type of Web3 product. So I got hired by a big company called Exclusable, and this is Exclusable. If you're in Web3, you might heard of them. This will take a while to load because my current Wi-Fi is not the best, but you get the gist of it. This is, and I'm sure they're working on the website. This looks horrible, but Exclusable is a big Web3 company. So they hired me as a product consultant, and the initial task was for me to go to the Web3 market and see what are the competitors doing, because Exclusable essentially wanted to build a new campaign or a new product where we could allow users to quickly and easily mint NFTs, deploy smart contracts to blockchain, and even work on the design of NFTs. So hence, this is the actual research that they paid me to do. So you get a quick, in-depth look on it. Simply, if you need to do a competitive research, just go ahead and straight up copy this format. Exclusive will literally use this format, and they quite honestly loved it. So the first column, you're going to put the name, second column, the category, in terms of like what type of company or product you can encapsulate in a category. So is it an NFT toolkit or is it an NFT e-commerce toolkit? Various. So like there is no right or wrong. Just like come up with the category name that makes sense for you and your supervisors or you and your team members. Chain. I mean, if you're in Web3, you know that we need to know which blockchains are supported by each individual company or toolkit. Some of them are even cross chain, and that's the more Web3 becomes mainstream, this is cross chain functionality becomes the standard. So a little bit of description, which honestly I copied most of this from each of those websites, and then the website of the product, relevant features and services, size of the company, did they get any funding, is there a price to use their services, a little bit of comments based on me hovering over, poking around their website, and relevant partners. Did they partner with another big brand or big corporation or big Web3 competitor? And then application for us. Friends, if you're doing a market research, simply go ahead and copy. Just file, make a copy. This is for you. It's for free. Okay, so you may ask, why are some of these competitors green? Simply because the initial phase of the market research is to come up with the format and start feeding the sheet. So you just go ahead and make a Google search, go through a bunch of LinkedIn posts and threads, because small companies like Olaplex in this case, you only find these types of companies when you're really, really looking to that nitty gritty. You need to be scrappy. And funny, they changed their site since I saw them 4 months ago. So cool. So as you can see, some of these are empty. Um, I guess you could consider this market research a work in progress. However, that does not mean you cannot present this to your team members or whatever. So the reason why some of these are green is because these are in consensus with the other team members or your managers or whatever. When you go ahead and take a look at their website and you're like, okay, we're trying to build tools for normies, people who are not Web3 savvy, to deploy things within the blockchain so that we can, bring blockchain technology to the masses. So this company Bueno, literally that's what they do. So like there's a generator, there's a contract, you know, they have even a metaverse. So you can literally create now. So this is essentially what we're trying to do, a Figma for NFTs, you know? So yeah, Bueno is doing amazing things. So they get the green little color because we want to really highlight that company. Nifty Kid. Why is Nifty Kid in green too? Because again, no code solution for smart contracts. So they're literally doing specifically what my team members, exclusively in this example, wanted to do. So everything from the copy of the website, the design, the offer, which is something that you could, add in here too. What's the offer? Although my way to communicate the offer of the business is relevant features and services. Essentially the same thing, and just do a real in-depth look at what's happening in the market. Some of things are incomplete because, like I said, this is literally work in progress. I just couldn't wait anymore to to share this with anybody who's doing a benchmark. It can be any type of benchmark. Sometimes when you start to do a market research, you don't really know how to start, and it can be a little bit stressful, honestly. So if anything, just copy this template, make it yours, and I hope that really helps you kickstart your market research, your benchmark, or your competitor landscape. You can call it whatever you like, but this is essentially a quick review of the competitors, of whatever you're trying to build, and it's a real nice way to create some quick value to your team members or your clients. And then, in terms of insights, that could be a video for another time. But yeah, there are ways to create a new tab within the same sheet or in a different sheet and come up with the top 3 to 5 key ingredients for the perfect, in this case, Web3 or no code toolkit. So, and the way you go about that is you highlight the top 5 to 7 of all the list of competitors, and then you find the patterns between them, and then you go ahead and define a differentiator factor for your product, and that will be the key. I call it. I normally when I do this, I call it the key ingredients for the perfect NFT marketplace, or the key ingredients for, in this case, an NFT toolkit. And it would be a really great meeting for you to have something like this done if you're starting your project project management career in a new team or product consultancy service. This benchmark will definitely help you make a good impression. It's going to make you look good, like you care and you're data driven. So hope that helps, friends. It's a pleasure to share. Any questions in the comments? Follow on Twitter if you like. Cheers.